You are here because you are generous. You want to help, to calm the room, to make life easier for everyone else. Somewhere along the way that beautiful gift started to cost you. You heard yourself saying yes while your stomach said no. You carried extra work, extra plans, extra feelings. And when you finally dropped something, you felt blame, even shame. Today we begin again. We will build soft words and strong limits so your days feel lighter, your choices feel honest, and your relationships grow deeper because you show up as your real self. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. You're listening to Queen Audiobooks. This is your space to practice calm confidence. I will speak to you like a wise friend. Simple sentences. No drama. No judgment. Only care, respect, and steady steps. Keep what helps. Leave the rest. Your only job is to try things on and notice what fits. Here is the promise of this work. You do not have to become harsh to stop people pleasing. You do not have to explain every detail to be understood. You do not have to carry the world to be loving. Your power is in the blend. Soft voice, firm line. When you learn to say no with kindness, you give others the chance to step up, to take responsibility, to become more capable themselves. Your refusal can be a gift. Your stillness can be leadership. Your clarity is love with spine. First, let's name the pattern so you can catch it early. People-pleasing often feels like a flash in the body. A quick, tense yes. A smile that shows up before your brain. A rush to fill silence. A habit of saying, "It's fine, I can do it, don't worry about me." When you notice that flash, you will do one small thing. You will pause. Let the pause be your new protection. One breath. Then another. You do not owe anyone an instant answer. Your life is worth 2 breaths. Use this tiny practice whenever a request lands. Inhale through your nose for 4. Exhale for 6. As you exhale, press your thumb to your fingertip and think, choose. Do it twice. By the end of the second breath, your nervous system is a little calmer. You can choose instead of react. You can say, "I'll check and get back to you by this afternoon." You can say, "Thank you for thinking of me. I don't have capacity for that." You can say, "I'm not available, but I wish you a smooth event." Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. Your first ready line is simple. "Thanks for asking. I'm not able to take this on." Notice the shape. Gratitude. Boundary. Full stop. No extra paragraphs. No long apology. No proof. When you add proof, you invite debate. When you apologize for existing, you teach people to expect your apology. Let your single sentence be enough. If they push, use the echo. "I hear it's important to you. I'm still not able to take this on." Say it in the same calm tone you would use to say it's raining. Neutral. Steady. Repeat. Let's look at work. Imagine your manager asks you to cover another teammate's project, again, because you are so reliable. Your old pattern wants to nod and work late. Your new pattern does this. First pause. Then name reality. Then offer a choice. You say, "I'm at capacity with X and Y. If this is a priority, I can pause Y to make room, or we can find another owner." Which works best? This is kind because you are honest. It is clear because you list the projects. It is consistent because you name your capacity every time, not only when you are exhausted. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. Now picture the teammate who drops things in your lap with a bright, "Can you just..." Your response can be brief. "I can't take this on. Have you asked Jordan, or checked the shared queue?" If they come back with flattery, "You're the best at this, it will be so quick," you say, "I appreciate the trust. I still can't take it." If they escalate to guilt, "You always help me," you say, "I do my part. Today my answer is no." Steady voice. Short sentences. Do not defend. You are not on trial. If you oversee clients, scope creep can eat your calendar. Set a script now. When a client asks for extras, you say, "That's outside our current scope. I can send an estimate with timeline, or we can keep to the original plan." Your tone is friendly. Your line is firm. If they resist, repeat the fork. We can add it with a fee, or pause it for later. What fits? If they push again, you close the loop. "I'll proceed with the original scope by Friday. Let me know if you want an estimate for the new piece." You have been kind. You have been clear. You have been consistent. Let's turn to friends. A friend texts you late at night to vent for an hour. You are tired. You care, but you need to sleep. You can say, "I love you. I don't have the energy to talk tonight. Can we connect tomorrow after lunch for 20 minutes? This honors the friendship and your body. If the friend still calls, you let it ring and send the same message. The next day, you keep the timing you promised. 20 minutes. When time is up, you say, "I need to go now. I'm rooting for you." You end the call. You do not over-explain. You do not ghost. You keep the container you named. Some friendships carry expectations about plans. You end up hosting, booking, paying deposits, coordinating schedules. It drains you. Try this line. "I'm happy to join, and I'm not able to organize this time." If someone asks why, you say, "I'm keeping my plate light." If silence follows, let silence be a teacher. Let someone else fill the gap and step in. If no one does, that is also information. You can still choose to go, but you do not have to rescue every plan. Family can be tender. You love them. You also need boundaries. When a parent offers criticism dressed as concern, you can keep your core steady. "I'm happy with my choice. I'm not looking for input on this." If they push, you say, "I hear you care. I'm not discussing this further." If the conversation keeps circling, you exit kindly. "I'm going to hop off now. Talk soon." This is not cold. This is care with limits. You are protecting the relationship by refusing the fight. Siblings may expect you to manage holidays. Your new script is calm. "I can come from 3 to 6. I'm not able to host this year." If they say, "But you always do it," you say, "Not this year. I'm keeping it simple." If they hint at guilt, you repeat, "My window is 3 to 6. Looking forward to seeing you then." Repeat with a gentle tone until the message lands. When the day comes, keep your word. Arrive with warmth. Leave on time. Your body learns it can trust you. If you have a partner who delays decisions and relies on you to carry the mental load, you can shift the pattern slowly. Instead of nagging or taking over, try this. "I'm not going to manage this one. If it matters to you, please handle it by Friday. If not, I'll assume it's not a priority. Then do not rescue." If a bill is due, agree in advance that late fees belong to the task owner. If a dinner reservation is needed, let the plan become takeout at home if no one books. This is not punishment. It is reality. Natural consequences teach more than lectures. With children, boundaries are both softer and firmer. Softer in tone, firmer in routine. You can say, "I won't argue about this. Here are the 2 options. Shoes on now or shoes in the car. Choose." If the child refuses, you take a breath and follow through. You stay warm. You keep moving. Later, you connect with affection and notice effort. You put your shoes on in the car. "That helped us get there on time. Thank you." You model calm limits and kind words. Your home learns your rhythm. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. There is also the boundary with yourself. People-pleasing often hides a fear of conflict, a fear of being disliked, a fear of being replaced. You do not need to fight those fears directly. You can hold them like a small bird and keep walking. Try this morning practice. Put one hand on your heart. Whisper, "I can disappoint others and still be good. I can be loved and still say no. I can be generous without being the hero." Then picture the 3 parts of your day that matter most. Choose a small no that protects them. Say it before noon. Let your body feel the safety of a clear line. Sometimes we need repair lines because we said yes too fast. You can fix it. You can say, I overcommit. I need to change my answer. I won't be able to help with this. I understand if it puts you in a bind. When we offer repair, we take responsibility without self-attack. We do not add a long story. We do not pile on apologies. One steady sentence is enough. Most people will adjust. The few who don't are showing you the cost of pleasing them. Believe what you see. Your calendar is the truest mirror of your boundaries. If your days look packed with other people's priorities, that is not a moral failure. It is a signal. Move 3 things this week. 1 thing you say no to completely. 1 thing you defer. 1 thing you ask someone else to own. Use short lines. No, I can't join. Not this week. Please take the lead on this. Then use the time you free to do something silent. Read. Walk. Nop. Let your nervous system learn that space is safe, not dangerous. Money is also part of people-pleasing. You might offer discounts before anyone asks. You might undercharge. You might feel awkward sending invoices. The fix is clarity, not bravado. Write 1 sentence and keep it near your screen. My rate is X, payable upon invoice. When someone pushes for a deal, you say it again, friendly and steady. My rate is X. I understand if it's not the right fit. If they cannot meet your price, it is not your job to shrink to fit their budget. You can wish them well and walk away. Your clarity invites right fit work. Group chats and community spaces can drain energy with small yes. You do not need to explain absences. You can say, I'm stepping back from this thread for a while. Wishing you all well. If someone tags you to pull you back in, you say, I'm still stepping back. Thank you. You keep your line simple. Every time you honor a small boundary, big boundaries get easier. Your brain learns a new path. Here is a tool for the moments when your mouth opens to say yes before you are ready. Replace yes with a soft placeholder. You say, let me check. You say, I'll confirm by 3. You say, I'll think on this and get back to you tomorrow. Then you actually check. You look at your energy, not just your hours. You ask, does this align with my focus? Will I resent this later? Is the trade worth it? If the answer is no, you deliver your no on time. Thanks for waiting. I'm not able to say yes. Keep the words clean. There will be pushback. People who benefited from your endless yes may feel confused or disappointed. That is not proof you are wrong. That is a sign you are changing a system. When pushback comes, slow your breath. Return to the echo. I understand you hoped I would say yes. My answer is no. If they try a new angle, hold the old answer. If they get loud, you get quieter. If they pile on reasons, you say, I'm not going to debate this. My answer is no. You do not need to win. You only need to hold your line. Sometimes the hardest person to disappoint is your younger self. The one who learned that love arrives when you are useful. Take her hand. Tell her the truth. We are still loving. We are still good. We do not have to overgive to belong. Then show her with actions. Leave the office on time. Close the laptop on weekends. Serve with joy where you choose to serve, and stop when you are done. Your steadiness will teach her safety she never knew. You can also build a small circle of phrases you use so often they live in your bones. I don't have capacity. That doesn't work for me. I'm keeping my plate light. I'm going to pass. I need to think and get back to you. I'm not available for that. Thank you for understanding. When you repeat these, you reduce decision fatigue. You also become someone people can predict. Predictability builds trust. Trust builds ease. Ease builds peace. At the end of the day, give yourself a kind review. Not a trial. A review. Ask 3 questions. Where did I honor my limits? Where did I overgive? What is one line I will hold tomorrow? Then speak to yourself the way a good mentor would. I'm proud of the way you paused with your manager. I see how hard it was to tell your friend no, and you did it with love. Tomorrow you will say I'll confirm by 3 instead of yes. This is how you grow. Small steps. Repeat it often. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. If you stumble, you are human. If you say yes and regret it, you can repair. If you hold a line and someone gets angry, you can feel your feelings and stay steady. You are not trying to be perfect. You are building a life that fits. People who love the real you will adapt to your new shape. Some will fall away. That frees space for people who meet you with respect. The ones who stay will know that your yes is real and your no is real. That is intimacy. That is freedom. Tonight, write one card with your 3 favorite boundary lines. Put it in your wallet. Another on your desk. Another near your bed. Tomorrow use one line once. That is enough. Watch your body. Notice the relief after the discomfort. Relief is the signal you are moving in the right direction. Your life will not change in a day, but your day can change in one sentence. Keep going. You are doing this with grace. Part 2 begins with the nervous system. People-pleasing is not just a habit of speech. It is a body pattern. Your shoulders rise. Your jaw tightens. Your breath starts to live in the top of your chest. We will train the body to signal safety so your voice can hold a line. Try the 4 square practice. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Do 3 rounds before you answer a request. As you exhale, drop your shoulders by 1 inch and let your tongue rest. That tiny reset tells your brain that you are safe, even if someone feels disappointed. Safe bodies tell the truth. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. Now shape your daily guardrails. Think of your energy like a small jar of clear water. Each yes uses a pour. When the jar is empty, you are still polite, but you feel brittle. Choose 3 protected blocks in your week. Morning focus time. A midweek evening for rest. A weekend half-day for your life admin. Name them out loud to yourself. Call them by their purpose. Focus block. Restore block. Reset block. When someone asks to use that time, you say, I'm not available then. I can do Thursday at 2 or next Monday at 10. If they push for your protected time, you repeat, that time is reserved. Here are 2 options that work. You do not owe your best hours to whoever asks first. Emails invite overgiving because they are quiet. You can create a simple signature line that holds you. Write a 1-sentence availability note. My typical response time is within 2 business days. Thank you for your patience. Then keep your word. If a request arrives that does not fit, reply with short clarity. Thank you for reaching out. I'm not able to take this on. Wishing you the best with it. If the person is someone you want to support later, add a gentle path. I'm happy to revisit next quarter. Please nudge me in June. You give a boundary and a window. When June comes, you choose again. Meetings can be a trap for the helpful. You nod. You volunteer. You leave with a list that is larger than your role. Practice a new posture. Sit back 1 inch. Plant both feet. Lace your fingers loosely and rest your hands on the table. When the group asks for a volunteer, wait 5 seconds. If silence stays, ask a clarifying question instead of offering yourself. What is the goal and timeline for this? After the answer, you say, I'm at capacity with A and B. If this is urgent, what can be paused or who else can own it? Use a calm voice. If someone says, it will just take a minute, you answer, I'm honoring my limits so the work I already own stays high quality. That is respect, not refusal. Some of us overgive because we carry a story that our value is in being the fixer. Replace that story with a new role. You are the clarifier. Clarifiers do not carry everything. They make the path visible. When a mess appears, you do not jump in with your hands. You start with words. I can offer a decision flow. X then Y. Y then Z. Who wants to own which step? This turns chaos into a map and gives others space to step into ownership. If no one steps in, you let the map sit. Your job is clarity, not rescue. Let's handle high attachment requests. These are the moments when someone says, "I really need you," and your heart pulls forward. You can care without collapsing. Try this line. "I care about you. I'm not able to do that, and here are 2 options that could help." You might list a paid service. You might offer a shorter window that you can do. You might connect them to a resource they have not tried. If they say, "Only you can help," answer with love and reality. "I'm not the right person for this request. I'm still on your side." You stand with them without surrendering your life. Family cultures vary. In some homes, saying no is read as disrespect. You can shift this slowly with tone and timing. Share your limits early, before you are asked. "I want to give you a heads up about the holiday. I can visit on Saturday from 2 to 6. I won't be able to host." You are warm and clear weeks in advance. If guilt arrives, respond to the feeling without changing the boundary. "I hear you're disappointed. I wish I could do more. My window is Saturday 2 to 6. This keeps the door open and the line steady. If a relative makes a sharp comment, answer with a bridge and a boundary. "I love being with you. I'm not going to discuss that." Then turn the conversation to a neutral topic. Do not defend. Keep your dignity. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. Parenting while releasing people-pleasing is delicate. You want to be generous with your children, and also teach them to respect your time and body. Use simple declarations. "I'm not available for questions while I'm in the shower. Ask me when I'm dressed." If they ignore the boundary, do not lecture. Follow through calmly. Repeat the sentence, "Complete your shower, answer later." For older children, name the reason without apology. "I focus better when we have a plan. Let's list your needs at 5 p.m. for 15 minutes. Then I'll set a timer. When the timer ends, say, 'I'm done for now. I love you.' The love does not disappear. The limit stays. Friendships de serve special care. These are the people you choose. Still, patterns can take root. Maybe you always drive. Maybe you always listen and never share. Maybe you always pay deposits. State your new pattern as a preference, not a trial. "I'd like to alternate driving. Can you take the wheel this time?" If the friend forgets, remind once without heat. Next time, let's stick to the plan. The more you announce your preferences early, the less repair you need later. If a friend asks for a last-minute favor that would break your evening, try the compassionate no. "I want to help. I can't tonight. Would tomorrow before noon work?" If they say no and push again, hold your ground. "Tonight doesn't work for me. I hope you find what you need." Money boundaries can be the hardest. People pleasers offer discounts, split costs unfairly, or say yes to unpaid labor. Practice this line until it feels like brushing your teeth. "My rate is X. For friends and family, my policy is the same so I can keep things clean." If someone asks you to work for exposure, you can answer, "I'm not able to do unpaid work. If budget changes, I'm happy to talk." For shared expenses, decide your number before the plan. "I'm comfortable spending up to Y on this trip. If the group chooses a pricier option, I'll pass this time." This is not stingy. It is honest. You are not a bad friend for living within your means. Digital life pulls on our attention with tiny strings. You do not owe everyone instant replies. Set your phone to do not disturb during your focus block. Tell your key people the emergency path. If it is urgent, call twice. Otherwise, I will respond later. Mute group threads that drain you. You can exit politely. "I'm stepping out of this chat to keep my phone quiet. Wishing you all well." If someone interprets that as a snub, do not re-enter to explain. Your quiet is not an insult. Your quiet is maintenance. Repair is an art. We practiced the single repair sentence in part 1. Now let's expand for 3 windows. Same-day repair is simple. I said yes too fast. I need to change my answer to no. Tomorrow repair is honest plus impact. I realize I overcommit yesterday, and it affects my timeline. I need to decline so I can deliver what I already own. Next week repair is boundary plus learning. I took on too much. I'm adjusting my commitments. I won't be able to help with this, and I'll pause before answering next time. You do not offer drama. You do not drag yourself. You take responsibility and you pivot. Some people will keep pushing. Create an escalation ladder that protects your peace. Step 1 is the soft no. Thanks for asking. I can't. Step 2 is the echo. I hear it matters. My answer is still no. Step 3 is the clarity of consequences. If you keep asking, I'll need to step back from this conversation. Step 4 is the exit. I'm stepping back now. We can revisit later. Speak each step once in order like you are following a recipe. This helps you avoid the swirl of over-explaining and arguing. Your inner critic may flare when you hold a line. It may say you are selfish. It may show you memories of people praising you for overgiving. Give the critic a job that helps. Make it the archivist. When it protests, answer thank you for the record. I'm trying a new pattern. Then name 3 moments when your boundaries served everyone. I left on time and was rested for the morning meeting. I said no to the extra project and delivered better work on mine. I skipped the event and called my grandmother with full attention. Evidence calms fear. Let's talk about partial yes with a container. This is useful when you want to contribute but not carry. You say, I can help for 30 minutes on Thursday between 1 and 1:30. That works great. If not, I'll pass. You do not extend the container. When 1:30 arrives, you stop. If someone tries to pour more into your container, you repeat the time boundary. My window is 1 to 1:30. I'm signing off now. You may feel the pull to stay. Breathe. Leave kindly. This skill changes your calendar and your sense of self. Volunteering is beautiful when it comes from choice. It becomes resentment when it comes from pressure. Before you say yes, run the 3 gates. Do I have the energy? Do I have the time? Do I want to? You need 2 yes answers to proceed. If you only have 1, decline without guilt. Thank you for inviting me. I'm cheering for the cause. I'm not available to help this round. If you want to support lightly, you can offer a micro-action that fits your capacity. I can share the link once. I can donate a small amount. I can introduce you to someone who may be a better fit. You practice being generous and precise. There is a special category of requests that come with crisis language. People pleasers feel the urgency and move fast. Slow down without being cold. I hear this feels urgent. I'll need to check what I can do. I'll get back to you by 3. Then check. If it is not your crisis, do not make it your life. If you truly want to help, name the limit in minutes or scope. I have 20 minutes to brainstorm. After that, I need to step back. If they say please stay, say I can't stay. I hope the ideas help. You are not abandoning them. You are honoring reality. Workplace culture can reward the loud and drain the kind. You do not have to become loud to be strong. You can practice 1-sentence leadership. Here is what I'm doing. Here is what I'm not doing. Here is the timeline. Then stop. When someone tries to put new work on your plate in a public meeting, anchor your body and respond with choices. I can take that if we deprioritize B, or we can assign it elsewhere. Which do you prefer? If your manager says we need you to do all of it, you answer that leads to missed deadlines and quality drops. My recommendation is to choose. Silence the urge to justify for 5 more minutes. You have done your job. If you manage others, model boundaries. You cannot tell your team to rest if you answer emails at midnight. Use delayed send. Name your working hours in your status. Protect one-on-ones from being rescheduled unless truly necessary. When someone overgives, praise the skill and protect the limit. I appreciate your initiative. I want you to stay sustainable. Let's drop this task from your list. Leaders who respect limits retain people. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. Sometimes you will face power dynamics that make no risky. You need your job. You need your roof. Your safety matters. In those cases, strengthen private boundaries. Leave on time even if you log on later for a short block. Use your PTO fully. Decline optional committees that do not move your career or feed your values. Keep documentation of requests and your responses. Speak in facts, not feelings, when you need to push back. Based on current priorities and available hours, I can deliver X by Friday. If you want Y as well, please confirm what shifts. You are not difficult. You are professional. Romantic partnerships thrive on clarity about effort. Divide the recurring tasks. Make it visible. Use a shared list that names the owner. If your partner asks you to remind them, try a warm transfer instead of becoming the project manager. I'm not going to track this for you. Would you like to set a reminder now? Then wait while they set it. If they forget, let a small natural consequence happen. A late fee once teaches more than 3 reminders. Be loving. Stay out of the rescuer role. Your bond grows when both adults carry their share. Let's explore small scripts for social invitations that use to trap you. For a plan you truly do not want, say thank you for thinking of me. I'm going to pass. Have a wonderful time. For a plan you would enjoy in a smaller dose, say I can join for the first hour. I'll slip out at 8. For a plan you cannot afford, say that's out of my budget right now. I'll catch the next one. For a plan that asks for your house, say I'm not hosting this month. If you try again, ask me next quarter. Clear words prevent quiet resentment. There will be days you are tired and the old yes slips out. You might hear yourself volunteering. You might agree to a deadline that makes your chest feel tight. The moment you notice, do not punish yourself. Take one breath. Write a short message that corrects the course. I need to adjust what I agreed to earlier. I won't be able to do X. If helpful, I can do Y. If Y is not helpful, I'll step back. Send it. Step away from the screen. Drink water. Your nervous system will settle after the discomfort passes. Relief will find you. Your identity will shift as you stop people-pleasing. Some people will meet the new you with respect. Some will test you. A few will leave. That is sad and also honest. It makes space for fit. Build a small circle of witnesses who cheer for your limits. Tell them what you are practicing. Ask them to mirror your progress. After a hard no, text one of them. I did it. I held the line. Let them send back a sparkle of pride. You are not alone. You are building a different kind of closeness, one made of truth and ease. End your day with a short ritual. Sit on the edge of your bed. Place your feet on the floor. Name 3 boundaries you held, no matter how small. I did not check my phone during focus time. I said I'll get back to you and I did. I left the party when I said I would. Whisper the refrain that anchors this work. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. Close your eyes and thank your body for each steady step. Then sleep. Part 3 begins with language. Words are the steering wheel of your day. Small swaps move you out of people-pleasing and into choice. Replace I should with I choose or I will not. Replace I can't with I'm not available. Replace I'm sorry with thank you for understanding. Replace is that okay with here is what works for me. Try these swaps aloud now. Feel the difference in your jaw and shoulders. You are telling the truth without shrinking. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. Rehearsal builds courage. Practice 3 lines in a mirror each morning. I don't have capacity for that. That doesn't work for me. I will get back to you by 3. Say them until your face looks relaxed as you speak. Then practice with low stakes. Decline a store credit card with a friendly no. Ask a barista to remake a drink that is wrong with a soft tone. Send a package back within the return window without a story. Every small practice strengthens the muscle you will use in bigger moments. The most common pressure lines are old and predictable. When someone says, "If you loved me, you would do this," answer calmly, "I don't link love with agreement." My answer is no. If they say, "Everyone else is saying yes," answer, "I'm not everyone. I'm not able to say yes." If they say, "It will only take a minute," answer, "It takes more than a minute on my side. I'm keeping my plate light." If they say, "You used to help," answer, "I'm changing my pattern to stay sustainable." Use a steady voice. Do not add a long explanation. You are not arguing. You are choosing. At work, go one layer deeper into clarity. Make invisible labor visible. If you are the default note-taker, timekeeper, or party planner, create rotation. I'm glad to switch it up so everyone shares the load. I took notes last time. Who can take them today? If no one volunteers, let the pause do its work. You can be helpful without being automatic. When an urgent message lands in your chat at 6 p.m., use the boundary of batching. I'm offline now. I'll review this during my 10 to 11 focus hour tomorrow. If it's truly urgent, please text the on-call person. You are training the system to respect your hours through consistent patterns. For cross-functional deadlines, lay out the math in plain words. Based on the current scope, this requires 12 focused hours. I have 6 available by Friday. Options are to reduce scope, extend the deadline, or add another owner. Which do you prefer? If someone replies with, "Can you just figure it out?" you repeat the fork. Reduce scope, extend time, or add an owner. I can do one. Choose. This is not obstinate. This is responsible planning. Some managers praise overwork as passion. You can honor passion and protect limits. I care deeply about quality. That's why I'm setting a sustainable pace. I'll deliver X by Friday at 4 as discussed. If someone assigns work through compliments, "You're the only one I trust," you answer, "Thank you." Trust grows when we plan well. I have room starting next week. Shall we schedule it then? You accept the compliment without accepting the hidden task. Clients sometimes ask for constant access. Decide your doorbell. My response window is within 2 business days. For urgent needs, email with urgent in the subject and I'll triage by end of day. If a client bypasses your doorbell with repeated pings, copy the boundary once more and follow it. The discipline is yours first. Keep your promise to yourself so others learn to keep it with you. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. Money boundaries deserve their own calm. When someone asks to pick your brain in a way that is your paid work, you say, "I'd love to help. Here's my link to book a paid session." If they seek a discount, you can say, "My rate is X. I understand if it doesn't fit your budget." If you decide to offer a reduced rate for a cause you believe in, set the container. I can do 1 pro bono hour this month. After that, we'll use my standard rate. You will feel the pull to give more in the moment. Return to your container. Lending money mixes generosity with risk. Decide a personal rule now. I do not lend money to friends and family. I give what I can afford to give with no strings. If someone asks, answer with kindness and clarity. I'm not able to lend. If helpful, I can contribute a small gift of X. I hope it eases things. If you prefer to lend with terms, write them down and keep it small. Put the plan in a message. Amount, date, schedule. No drama. Then do not hint or chase. If the repayment doesn't arrive, learn your lesson once and reset your rule. Hosting can be a quiet place where resentment grows. Name your house rules kindly and early. I'm happy to host from 6 to 9. We'll wrap by 9 so I can rest. Shoes off by the door, please. I have room for 10 people comfortably. If more are coming, let's move it to a park. If someone asks to bring a friend the day of, you can say, "I'm keeping it small tonight. Let's plan another time for a bigger group." Your home is not a community center by default. You can be generous and precise. In relationships, early boundaries prevent later storms. Share your preferences like simple facts. I prefer to text during the day and call at night. I like weekends slow. I need advance notice for big plans. When intimacy is involved, own your pace and your safety with a calm spine. I move slowly. I do not rush decisions about my body. If someone tries to persuade, you say, pressure is a no for me. If it's right for both of us, it will still be right next month. You are not explaining your history. You are describing your standard. When co-parenting or blending families, state your bandwidth in weekly terms. I can do pickups Monday and Wednesday. I can't add Friday. If emergencies arise, we can trade, but I'm not able to be the default. If an ex-partner tries to turn scheduling into a test of love, return to logistics. I'm available Monday and Wednesday. If you need Friday, please arrange with your side or a sitter. Avoid the trap of defending your character. Move the conversation back to calendars and choices. Extended family has its own gravity. Gifts, photos, traditions, expectations. You can thank and redirect. Thank you for the gift. It's generous. We're keeping toys simple this season, so we'll rotate or donate extras. I know photos matter to you. I'm not posting the kids on public feeds. I can text you a few directly. I love that you care. I also need quiet holidays. We're skipping the big gathering this year. Let's do a short visit next Saturday from 3 to 5. You honor the relationship while drawing a clear map of your capacity. When a friend is going through a hard season, you may want to do everything. Help without burning out. Offer one clear act. I can bring dinner on Tuesday. Vegetarian or chicken. If that helps, I'm in. If not, I'm cheering from here. Do not add 4 extra offers in the moment. Choose the one thing you will do and do it well. When the season is long, rotate support with others or step back after your part. You are not abandoning anyone. You are letting community be community. Community roles can entangle the helpful heart. Before you accept a board seat or committee role, ask what success looks like and how many hours are expected per month. If the answer is vague, decline. Thank you for thinking of me. I'm not able to join without a clear scope. If they clarify and it fits, accept joyfully. If they promise it's light and it becomes heavy, adjust in writing. I joined with the understanding of 5 hours a month. We're averaging 15. I can continue at 5, or we can find a replacement. Choose what works for the group. Practice the boundary sandwich for tender conversations. Start with connection. I care about us. Add the boundary. I'm not discussing my body or my weight. Close with a bridge. Tell me about your garden instead. Or start with appreciation. Thank you for inviting me. Add the boundary. I'm not able to attend. Close with warmth. Wishing you a beautiful event. This shape helps the message land without cluttering your sentence with explanations that invite debate. Sometimes you will overcorrect. You will speak too sharply as you try to hold a line. Repair without surrendering the boundary. I spoke too sharply earlier. My boundary stands. My tone will be softer now. Then restate your limit in simple words. If they use your repair as an opening to push, hold the line. I'm not changing my answer. I'm adjusting my tone. You are allowed to be both kind and firm in the same breath. Your body is a compass. Use the chair test when you are unsure. Place an empty chair in your mind labeled Future Me. Ask her, what do you want me to choose? Wait 5 quiet breaths. Then choose the action that protects her time and energy. When a request conflicts with your 3 protected blocks, picture future you sitting in that chair, reading, walking, or napping. Protect her. She is counting on you. Schedule design is a boundary you can touch. Color code your calendar. 1 color for focus, 1 for admin, 1 for relationships, 1 for rest. Make sure rest has a visible shape each week. If the rest color disappears, you have a signal to decline something, delegate something, or defer something. Decline with, I'm not available for that. Delegate with, please own this and keep me posted Friday. Defer with, let's revisit in 2 weeks. Your calendar is a tool, not a trap. Every yes has a cost and a gift. When you say yes, say it clean. I'm glad to do this. My delivery will be Friday by 4. Then protect it by letting other asks bounce off the boundary. When you say no, say it once and then move your body away from the tug of war. Leave the meeting. Close the tab. Put the phone on the dresser. Some boundaries land only when you remove yourself from the loop. Physical distance supports verbal clarity. If a colleague reacts with resentment to your new limits, hold the door open for adult conversation. I hear you're frustrated. I'm open to discussing process. I'm not available to take this on. If they continue to vent without seeking solutions, end with respect. I need to step out now. Let's talk when we can both look at options. You are not responsible for managing their feelings. You are responsible for managing your time and tone. Prepare for classic guilt hooks in your response. You've changed. Yes. I'm choosing sustainability. You're not a team player. I am. I contribute within clear scope. You're so lucky to have this opportunity. I am, and I choose where to give my best. You make everything about you. I'm naming my capacity so I can deliver. These lines are not courtroom arguments. They are brief mirrors. You are not escalating. You are ending the loop. Teach your nervous system to enjoy the relief that follows a clean boundary. After you say no, step outside if you can. Feel your feet on the ground. Name 5 shapes you see. A square window. A round cup. A triangle roof. A thin rectangle phone. A small circle button. This grounds you in the present. Your body learns that the world did not end. The sky is still blue. Your heart rate slows. The next no comes easier. Create a slate of default answers that buy you time without lying. Thanks for thinking of me. Let me check and reply by tomorrow at noon. Thanks for the invite. I'll confirm by Friday at 3. I need to look at my energy and calendar first. I'll circle back by the end of day. Put reminders on your phone for those times. Keep your promises. Every kept promise to yourself builds trust in your own word. When a plan no longer fits, exit cleanly. I'm going to step back from this project to keep my plate manageable. I can complete what I've already committed to by next Tuesday, and then I'll be out. If you want support finding a replacement, I can share a short list of names. Do not ghost. Do not over-justify. You keep your word and you leave with dignity. Make space for joy. Boundaries do not exist only to stop harm. They also create room for what you love. Protect a creative hour. Guard a weekly call with a friend who fills your cup. Turn off notifications so your walk belongs to you. When you feel joy, notice it out loud. This is what I said yes to. This is the reward of my no. Let your brain connect boundaries with beauty, not only with conflict. If you are in a season where saying no could threaten your safety or stability, adjust your strategy. Use neutral phrasing. I'm not able to take that on right now. Emphasize capacity and priorities instead of refusal. I'm focused on deliverables already in motion. Ask managers for written priorities. For now, you may need to keep some private boundaries while planning your next move. You are not failing. You are adapting to reality. At night, write down a values inventory in 3 lines. What do I value this month? What am I protecting with my no? What am I investing in with my yes? Keep this card near your keys. When a request arrives, measure it against your inventory. If it aligns, say yes with a whole heart. If it does not, say no without apology. Your life will start to look like your values in motion. Finally, treat yourself with the same care you offer others. When you wobble, you can speak to yourself like a steady friend. You are learning a new skill. You will not master it in a week. Celebrate progress in inches. 1 clean no. 1 clean yes. 1 hour protected. 1 bill sent at your full rate. Whisper the refrain that keeps you anchored. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. Tomorrow you practice again. Part 4 begins with guilt because guilt is the echo that keeps many women saying yes. Guilt arrives like a fog and whispers, "Good women give more." You will answer with a new sentence. "I can be good and say no." Say it out loud. Again. You are not using this to convince anyone else. You are rewiring your own reflex. When guilt swells, step away from the request for 2 minutes. Put both palms on a wall and feel the firmness. Name 5 things you see. Then name 1 thing you value that your no protects. Sleep, health, integrity, a promise to your child. Guilt may still hum in the background. Let it hum while you keep your boundary. The feeling will pass. The cost of breaking your word with yourself lingers longer. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. Now learn the broken record without bite. This is the tool for people who push. It is simple repetition with warm tone. "I'm not able to take that on." If they explain again, you say, "I hear you. I'm still not able to take that on." If they try flattery or pressure, you say, "Thank you. I'm still not able to take that on." 3 times is often enough. If not, add a boundary to exit. "I won't be discussing this further. Wishing you the best with it." Then stop replying. Silence is a boundary too. There is a cousin to the broken record that feels even softer. It is the swirl stopper. When a conversation circles the same request, you say, "We've covered this. My answer hasn't changed. Let's switch topics." If they return to the request, you end the loop. "I'm going to step away now. We can talk another time." Your voice stays calm. Your body stays still. You teach people how to treat you by what you repeat and what you refuse to repeat. High-pressure sales tactics trigger people-pleasing because they dress urgency as opportunity. Before any purchase or commitment, use your cooling-off script. "I don't decide in the moment. I'll review and reply tomorrow by noon." If the offer disappears by then, it was not for me. If a person says, "This price is only for today," you say, "Then it's a no for me. Thank you." You are not missing your only chance. You are protecting your steady life from someone else's clock. Let's visit cultural expectations. In many families and communities, women are expected to host, smooth, and sacrifice. You can honor your culture while holding your limits. Use the language of respect and logistics. "I respect our tradition. This year I can contribute in these ways. I'll bring 2 dishes and help clean for 30 minutes. I won't be able to coordinate rides or host." If someone calls you selfish, speak to capacity and love. "I love our family. I also need a sustainable pace. I'm keeping to what I can do with a full heart." Then keep to it. Over time, consistency shifts the story others tell about you. Sometimes the ask comes wrapped in crisis from adult family members. An aunt needs money today. A cousin needs you to watch children with no notice. Use calm containers. For money, "I'm not able to lend." If helpful, "I can contribute a small gift of X." For childcare, "I'm not available today." If you ask 2 days ahead, "I can consider." If they respond with, "You know I don't plan ahead," you answer, "I understand. I'm still not able to do today." You are not punishing. You are telling the truth about your limits. Friend groups can normalize overextending one person. If you are the planner, treasurer, and driver, reset with warmth. "I love this group. I'm not able to manage logistics this season." If someone wants to take the lead, I'll happily follow. If silence follows, wait. Do not rescue the quiet. Let the new plan form, or let that plan rest. When people meet your new boundary with jokes, laugh gently and stay steady. "I know I used to do everything. I'm learning balance. It's good for me. It's good for us." Workplaces often frame exploitation as family. We're a family here. Families show up. You can respond with professional clarity. "I'm committed to the team. I deliver within a sustainable scope. My work hours are 9 to 5. If there is an emergency, please define it and name what shifts." If a leader hints that promotions require endless availability, Answer with results. I grow through outcomes and ownership. I'm happy to discuss scope and strategy. I'm not available for constant after-hours work. If a role truly demands a different availability, you will know it. Then you decide if the trade is worth it, eyes open. When you need to ask others for what you need, keep it short and specific. People pleasers often hint and hope. Replace hinting with a clean ask. I need 30 minutes of uninterrupted focus. Please hold calls until 2. I need you to own the dog vet appointment end to end. Please book, go and save the receipt. I need quiet during dinner. Please put your phone away until we finish. If someone says you should not have to ask, answer, I agree, it would be nice. I'm asking now so we can get it right. Apologies deserve a reset too. Over-apologizing trains your mouth to shrink. Save apologies for harm. Use gratitude for timing. Use clarity for limits. Instead of, I'm so sorry I couldn't reply, say, thank you for your patience. Here's my reply. Instead of, sorry I can't make it, say, thank you for inviting me. I won't be able to join. Wishing you a great time. Reserve the words I'm sorry for moments when you caused harm. I missed our call without notice. I'm sorry. Next time I'll send a quick message. Clean apology. Clear repair. Then move forward. There is a tactic called the soft redirect that serves you in conversations that drift into your boundaries. When someone asks personal questions you don't want to answer, you say, I keep that private. Tell me about your new project. When a colleague gossips and invites you in, you say, I don't talk about people who aren't here. How's your workload this week? Practice the redirect in your mouth, so it comes easily. The goal is not to scold. The goal is to steer. You will need exit lines that feel dignified in your body. Keep a few ready. I'm going to head out now. Thank you for having me. I need to step off this thread. Wishing you all well. I'm wrapping for tonight. Let's pick this up tomorrow. I'm leaving the meeting now so I can keep my focus block. These lines do not require permission. They require a full stop and a move of your feet or your cursor. Boundary grief is real. When you stop people-pleasing, some relationships change shape. You may feel lonely for a stretch. Honor that without running back to overgiving. Tend your small circle. Choose 2 people who understand your new path. Share your weekly win and your weekly wobble. Ask for reflections, not fixes. When you feel the urge to fix everyone again, text one of them and take a walk instead. Replace the old rush of being needed with the quiet satisfaction of being truthful. There will be moments when someone uses your kindness to keep pushing. This calls for the firm no with final language. I'm not available for this conversation. My answer is final. If contact continues, I'll mute this thread. If the person continues anyway, act without another declaration. Mute. Leave. Block if needed. You do not owe access to someone who refuses to respect your words. Protecting your peace is not petty. It is maintenance. Let's expand your morning ritual to anchor the day. After you whisper your phrases, add a 5-minute boundary rehearsal in your head. Picture a likely request today. See yourself pause. Hear yourself say, thank you for asking. I'm not able to take that on. Watch the scene end. Then picture a yes you want to give. Hear yourself say yes happily. I can do Friday by 4. Watch yourself close your laptop at 4 with a calm breath. Mental rehearsal smooths real choices. In romantic partnerships, generosity thrives inside clarity. Replace vague complaints with small requests and clear handoffs. Instead of, you never help with dinner, say, I'd like you to cook Tuesday and Thursday this week. Please choose the meal and own cleanup. If they say, just tell me what to do, offer the fork once and then step back. Choose a recipe you like or surprise me. I'm not going to manage it. If it does not happen, let the natural consequence stand. Eat something simple. Do not lecture. Next week, repeat the request with the same calm. If past trauma or injustice makes boundaries feel dangerous, Move at a gentle pace and prioritize safety. Use neutral scripts, conserve your energy, and build private boundaries first. You can still hold a line without a confrontation. You can plan your exit from roles that punish your no. You can keep notes, seek allies, and choose small firm sentences that carry little heat. Each one teaches your body that you can be okay while you hold your ground. Social media blurs limits with constant access. Set your posting and replying rhythm on purpose. Decide your hours. Decide your topics. Decide what you never engage. Post twice a week. Reply to comments for 15 minutes after posting. Do not engage with insults. Block liberally. If someone demands your free labor in public, move it to a paid path with kindness. I offer that through sessions. Here's how to book. If they accuse you of being money-focused, you say, I value my work. I hope you find what you need. Your calendar will try to refill as fast as you empty it. Practice future-proofing a clean week. When a new request comes, ask where it lives in your priorities. If it belongs, schedule it 3 days out, not tomorrow, so you do not punish your future self. If it does not belong, decline without delay. When you do say yes, put the work block on your calendar immediately, along with a buffer to close it. Your yes deserves a container that keeps it joyful. Notice the urge to justify with life story. You do not need to tell anyone about your cycle, your diagnosis, your family history, your bank account, or your trauma to prove you deserve rest. Keep your sentences simple. I'm not available. I'm at capacity. That doesn't work for me. I'm choosing a slower pace. If someone insists on reasons, you offer the meta reason. I share fewer details these days. Thank you for understanding. When requests come from people you mentor or manage, boundaries become coaching. Model the pause. Let me think for a moment. Model the fork. I can review this Thursday, or you can ship and I'll review the next version. Choose. Model the clean no. I won't be taking this on. If it matters, please own it or escalate with options. You are not abandoning them. You are building their strength. When they overgive, name it and adjust. I see your effort. I care about your pace. Drop this task. Keep your focus on the core goals. Learn to preempt patterns. If a neighbor often asks for last-minute favors, meet them at the fence with warmth and clarity. I'm glad we're neighbors. I keep my evenings quiet. If you need a hand, please ask a day ahead. If they show up anyway, you smile and say, even tonight, I'm keeping evenings quiet. Have a good night. Then close the door. Repetition teaches. There will be seasons when a true emergency calls for a big yes. You will know it because your whole self agrees. Give it without resentment, and when the crisis passes, return to your steady pace. Do not let a short sprint become the new normal. After the sprint, schedule a recovery day. Say no 3 times that week on purpose, to recalibrate your nervous system back to ease. You can also practice the 5-sentence frame for hard conversations. Start with care. I value our relationship. Name the issue. I've been taking on extra work that isn't mine. Name your boundary. I won't be doing that going forward. Offer a path. Here's how I suggest we handle it instead. Close with steadiness. I know this is a change. I'm confident we can adjust. Speak slowly. Pause between sentences. Let silence do its job. As you change, expect some people to try new angles to get the old you. Flattery. Urgency. Confusion. Anger. Deal with the angle, not the person's whole history. Thanks for the compliment. My answer is still no. I hear it feels urgent. I'll respond tomorrow at noon. I see you're upset. I'm open to solutions, not insults. Your tone stays even. Your boundaries stay visible. You do not defend your character. You describe your limits. Close today with 2 small reflections. Where did I protect my future with a boundary? Where did I give from a full yes? Write 1 line for each. Let your body memorize the relief that follows a clean no, and the quiet joy that follows a wholehearted yes. The more you notice relief and joy, the less interesting guilt becomes. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. Part 5 begins with self-trust. People-pleasing phrase your trust in your own word. Today we rebuild it with small promises you keep. Choose one promise for the next 24 hours. I will pause before I answer. I will leave work on time. I will protect 1 hour tonight for quiet. Write it down. Say it out loud once. Then keep it. When you keep your word to yourself, your voice steadies with others. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. Start your day with a check-in that fits on a sticky note. Ask 3 questions. What matters most today? Where might a people-pleasing ask appear? What will I say when it does? Answer in simple sentences. Then put the note where you will see it often. When a request arrives, touch the note with your eyes and speak the sentence you prepared. This turns fear into a plan. Interruptions are tiny thefts. They seem small and they add up. Practice a clean interruption boundary at work. When someone cuts you off, lift your hand gently and say, "I'm going to finish my thought." Then give one sentence and invite them back in. If a colleague routinely interrupts, name it after the meeting with warmth and clarity. I want to make sure we both get space. You cut me off a few times today. Next time, I'll pause and then finish my sentence. Thanks for meeting me there. Say it once. Then hold it in the next meeting. Credit is a boundary too. If your work is presented without your name, speak up in the room without heat. To add context, I led the analysis on that piece. Happy to share details. If it happens again, escalate in writing with facts. My analysis deck was presented without attribution in today's meeting. Going forward, please include my name on the slide and loop me into discussions. This is not bragging. This is integrity. When a deadline shifts and someone tries to hand you the squeeze, renegotiate early. Based on current scope, I can deliver X by Friday. If Y is required too, we need to extend the deadline or add another owner. Which do you prefer? If they insist you do both, hold your ground with calm repetition. Reduce scope, extend time, or add an owner. I can do one. Choose. Keep your tone steady. Responsible boundaries prevent burnout and protect quality. Protect your off hours with one sentence before they are tested. My work hours are 9 to 5. If you need me outside that, send an email and I'll handle it next business day. If it's urgent, text with urgent and I'll triage when I'm able. When a quick call request arrives at night, use your script. I'm offline now. I'll reply tomorrow. If it helps, send your questions by email. Then put your phone face down and step away. Teach your body that quiet is allowed. Entrepreneurs and freelancers face boundary leaks through scope, timing, and payment. Set clean edges in your first message. My rate is X. Payment is due upon invoice. My response window is within 2 business days. All work outside scope is billed at Y per hour with prior approval. When a client pays late, remove apology from your invoice reminder. This is a friendly reminder that invoice 123 is past due. Please complete payment today to avoid a pause in services. When a client asks for a rush, hold the container. I can rush deliver by Tuesday with a fee of Z. Would you like to proceed? Warm voice. Clear line. If you are in a caregiving season, your love is not measured by exhaustion. Create a visible care plan with others who share the duty. My days are Monday and Wednesday evenings. I can't add Friday. If emergencies happen, we can trade with notice. When a relative assumes you will always step in, respond with honest capacity. I'm at my limit tonight. Have you asked Sam or checked respite care options? If they say you're the reliable one, you answer I am, and reliability includes saying no when I'm at capacity. This protects the quality of your care and your health. Holidays test many boundaries at once. Plan your season on paper before the invites arrive. Name what you will attend. Name what you will skip. Name what you will host and what you will not. Then speak your plan early. I'm keeping the season simple. I'll come for dinner on the 24th from 3 to 6. I won't be able to host this year. If someone calls you cold, answer with warmth and limits. I love you. I'm choosing a sustainable season. My plan stands. Then bring extra kindness in the time you do share. Small rituals. Short walks. Clear goodbyes. Travel can invite last-minute pushes. Before a trip with others, set 2 sentences. My budget is X. My energy window at night ends at 10. When the group drifts to a pricier plan or a late party, you can say that's out of my budget. I'll meet you after brunch. Or I'm heading back by 10. Have the best time. Do not argue about values. State your limit. Keep it. Enjoy your own pace. Friendships thrive on honest bandwidth. When a friend wants daily long calls and you have weekly energy, say so kindly. I love talking with you. Weekly works for me. How about Sundays at 4 for 30 minutes? If they call every night anyway, respond once with your line and then hold the container. I'm keeping to Sundays. I'll talk then. In the call, give full presence. Ask real questions. Listen with your whole attention. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors with working hinges. Some of the hardest boundaries are with yourself. You say yes to everyone else and then say no to your sleep, your food, your movement, your quiet. Choose one self-boundary this week you can keep without drama. Lights out at 10. Lunch away from the screen. A 10-minute walk after work. 1 hour with your phone in another room before bed. When your brain says it does not matter, answer it matters because I matter. Keep your promise. Relief will tell you it was right. Your time is a garden. Plant what you value. Weed often. A weekly 20-minute audit helps. Open your calendar and scan last week. Circle the moments that fed you. Draw a line through the moments that drained you. Ask 3 questions. What will I plant more of next week? What will I weed? What boundary sentence will protect the garden? Then schedule the plant and the weed. Put the boundary line in your mouth 3 times. If you are managing a team, ritualize boundaries so they are cultural, not personal. Start meetings on time and end on time. Protect focus blocks by default. Rotate housekeeping tasks so they do not fall on the same person, often a woman. When someone overvolunteers, step in with care. Thank you for your eagerness. I want you to stay sustainable. Let's reassign this piece. When someone tries to hand you a problem without owning it, move them to ownership. What have you already tried? What are 2 options? What do you recommend? Boundaries are coaching with kindness. Recognition is not a substitute for rest. If your workplace rewards all hours heroes, protect your pace and your path. Share wins in clear, public terms that show impact and sustainability. This quarter I delivered X, and I'll continue at a steady pace to keep quality high. I'm not available for weekend work. If your manager pressures you, return to priorities and pacing. Given our goals, here is what I can deliver in a 40-hour week. If we want more, we need to adjust scope or headcount. Calm sentences. No epalegi. If you are job searching to leave a culture that punishes your no, your boundary is secrecy and focus. Do not share your search with colleagues who enjoy gossip. Block time on your calendar as personal focus. If asked, you say, I'm in a focus block. I'll return calls after. When recruiters ask for odd hours, offer options that protect your rest. I'm available Tuesday at 8 a.m. or Thursday at noon. If they push for late night, you can decline. I'm keeping evenings for rest. Thank you for understanding. Boundaries around information protect you too. You do not owe your full story to anyone. Practice closing the door with kindness. I keep that private. Thank you for understanding. Then steer. Tell me about your latest book. Repeat as needed. If someone insists, stop engaging. Your privacy is not rudeness. It is sovereignty. Learn the sunset plan for commitments that no longer fit. Tell the truth once with respect. I've appreciated this role. It no longer fits my bandwidth and goals. I will complete current tasks by the 30th and step down. If helpful, I can document the process for the next person. Thank you for the chance to contribute. Then finish well. Return materials. Share clean notes. Do not let guilt grow a long goodbye. Clear endings create clean beginnings. When money is tight, people-pleasing can look like yes to every low-paid ask. Hold the line on your worth. For this scope, the total is why. If someone says, others will do it for less, answer, I understand. If that's your path, I wish you well. If you choose me, here's what you can expect. Then stop. Do not chase. Invite fit. Let misfit go. Naming your values aloud gives your boundaries spine. Say them in a sentence. I value health, honesty, and unhurried work. I protect them with sleep, clean communication, and realistic timelines. When a request conflicts, you can point to your values without a sermon. I'm choosing an unhurried pace on this. I won't be adding more this week. Thank you for understanding. People may still be disappointed. That is their right. Your job is to stand in your values without attacking theirs. Practice the laddered no for tender relationships. It has 3 rungs. First rung is the soft no. I can't tonight. Second rung is the clear reason without a story. I protect weeknights for rest. Third rung is the bridge. I'm free Saturday at 10 for coffee if that helps. You climb as needed. If they keep pushing, step off the ladder. Eva encerred. My no stands. Then exit the conversation kindly. When someone sends a long vent by text during your workday, do not absorb it all at once. Use a holding line and a container. I'm in the middle of work. I care about you. I can read fully tonight and send one thoughtful reply at 8. If they continue to rapid fire, mute the thread until 8. Then send the one reply. You model paced care. With teenagers or young adults, your boundary is often about respect and contributions. Speak in house rules that are simple and consistent. You are welcome here. Respect and contribution are required. Dishes nightly and rent or chores are non-negotiable. Name time boundaries too. Quiet hours start at 10. If they test, respond with fewer words and more follow-through. I love you. I'm not debating the rule. Then act. Consequences teach. If anger shows up when you hold a line, it does not mean you did it wrong. It means the pattern is changing. Breathe into your back. Soften your jaw. Say, I'm open to solutions, not insults. If the heat continues, step away. I'm going to pause this conversation now. We can revisit when it's calmer. Your dignity is a boundary you carry in your voice. Resentment is a compass. When you feel it, do not swallow it. Trace it to the leak. Where did I say yes to avoid discomfort? What would a clean no look like next time? Practice the new line out loud once. Then write it on a card. Bring the card to the next meeting where that pattern shows up. When the moment arrives, glance at the words and speak them. Your future self will thank you. Use the 70% rule for decisions. If a request aligns less than 70% with your priorities, values, and energy, it is a no. You do not need to be at 100% clarity to choose. You need enough clarity to take the next right step. Say no kindly and move on. Save your yes for what your whole body leans toward. Create a small ritual after each boundary held. Put your palm on your heart. Say, I kept my word. Drink water. Step into light. These micro-celebrations teach your nervous system that boundaries are safe and rewarding. Over time, your mouth will deliver the line before your fear finishes its sentence. When you are asked to fix someone's feelings, keep your lane. I can't fix how you feel. I can listen for 10 minutes, or we can talk solutions. which helps. If they choose listening, set a timer. When it ends, say, I need to stop here. I care about you. If they choose solutions, ask, what's one action you can take in the next hour? Hold the conversation to action. Do not become the engine of someone else's life. Protect your mornings if you can. The first hour shapes your voice for the day. Keep it quiet. Avoid requests from others. Read something nourishing. Move your body a little. Whisper your anchor lines. I can disappoint others and still be good. I can be loved and still say no. I can be generous without being the hero. Then step into your day with a soft spine. At the end of this part, choose one relationship where your pattern is shifting. Write a 2-sentence intention. I will speak my limits calmly and early. I will not rescue when others drop the ball. Put it where you see it. When the scene arrives, do the simplest version of your intention. Speak once. Exit kindly. Breathe. Relief is your quiet applause. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. Part 6 begins with presence. Presence is how your body says your words. When you hold a boundary, your presence does part of the work so your sentences can stay short. Practice the quiet square. Sit or stand with feet planted. Soften your belly. Let your shoulders drop 1 inch. Place your tongue on the roof of your mouth and breathe out slowly as if you are fogging a window. Then speak. The words land differently when your body is steady. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. You will meet people who try to turn your no into a negotiation about your character. They may say you're difficult, ungrateful, selfish, or uncooperative. Do not defend your character. Describe your limit. I'm not available for that. If they keep circling personality, step out of the frame. I won't be discussing my character. If you want to talk logistics, I'm here for that. If not, I'm ending the conversation now. Then follow through. You are not mean. You are clear. Let's address subtle manipulation. If someone uses the silent treatment to force a yes, remove the hook with calm transparency. I'm here to talk when you're ready. I'm not going to chase. If they return with warmth only when you overgive, notice the pattern and name your new rule to yourself. I do not buy connection with favors. The next time a request arrives with a warm tone, answer with the same clarity you use when the tone is cold. Thank you for asking. I'm going to pass. Consistency dissolves tactics over time. Triangulation is another common pattern. A person tries to pull you into a conflict between them and someone else. Keep your lane. I care about both of you. I'm not a go-between. Please talk directly. If they keep pushing, repeat once and exit. I won't be in the middle. Wishing you the best with the conversation. Your peace is not a community project. It is a boundary you carry. Healthcare settings require calm advocacy. Before an appointment, write 3 sentences you will say. My top concern is X. I want to understand options and risks. I prefer the least invasive path that fits the evidence. In the room, if you feel rushed, use the pause. I need a moment to review that. Please give me a minute. If your concerns are minimized, name your standard. I respect your expertise. I also know my body. I want this documented and I want a second opinion. If someone tries to dismiss your pain, hold a firm line without anger. Pain at a 7 changes my function. I want the next step today. When you advocate calmly, you teach the system how to treat you. The school system is another place where people-pleasing creeps in. You may be asked to sell, bake, or run committees beyond your capacity. Reply with a clear scope. I'm available for 1 shift at the book fair on Friday from 10 to 11. I'm not able to chair a committee. If you are pressed, switch to the broken record with warmth. I've named my window. That's what I can do. If someone implies you don't care, return to facts. Ikare. I'm guarding a sustainable pace so I can keep showing up. Interviews and performance reviews are moments to practice self-worth without over-explaining. In an interview, own your boundary on scope and hours early. I do my best work in a focus week. I protect deep work, and I don't check messages at night. If that fits your culture, I'm a strong match. In a review, state your impact in clean numbers and tie your boundaries to results. I led the launch that delivered a 15% lift while keeping a steady pace. I'm continuing to set realistic timelines so quality stays high. If someone suggests your limits show a lack of ambition, answer with path and priorities. I'm ambitious about outcomes and health. That's how I stay here long enough to deliver. Negotiating compensation calls for short sentences and a calm spine. Practice aloud. Based on scope and market, I'm seeking a base of X. If that number is declined, do not rush to fill silence. If they counter low, keep your breath steady. I appreciate the offer. If we can meet X, I can sign today. If not, I'll pass. If you choose to accept less for specific reasons, name your condition to protect yourself. I'll accept Y with a 3-month review and a written path to X conditional on A and B. Boundaries with in-laws or your partner's family benefit from early clarity and united language. Align with your partner in private. Then present a simple shared sentence. We'll arrive at noon and leave at 4. We're not discussing parenting choices. We're keeping the holidays simple this year. If the family tests you, your partner speaks first, you echo once, and then you both act. Thank you for understanding. We're heading out now. Leaving kindly on time teaches faster than long explanations. If you are co-parenting with an ex, keep communication to logistics and written paths. Share only what is needed. I can do pickup Monday and Wednesday this week. I can't add Friday. For decisions, ask for proposals with timelines. Please send 2 options with pros and cons by Thursday. I'll reply by Friday. If messages slide into blame, use a polite filter. I'm not engaging in criticism. I'll respond to logistics only. This is not punitive. It is peaceful. Community and faith settings can pressure you to carry more than your share, because you are dependable. Set your limit in public so the norm shifts. I volunteer 2 hours a month. I'll use those hours for X this quarter. When someone asks for more with moral language, answer with values and scope. I serve best when I'm rested. 2 hours monthly keeps me honest and helpful. I'm cheering you on for the rest. When you run a household, invisible labor grows in the shadows. Make it visible with a map. List the work. Meals, laundry, bathrooms, bills, schedules, birthdays, repairs, pet care, car maintenance. Give each task an owner, not a helper. Owners track, do, and report without reminders. If someone forgets, let small consequences teach and hold the map. I'm not tracking that for you. Please update the board when it's done. This reduces resentment and builds fairness without a weekly fight. Add financial boundaries that protect your future. Decide your minimum savings and your giving number. Treat them like bills. When friends propose a pricey plan, hold a kind line. That's out of my budget this month. I'll join next time. When family asks you to bridge a gap you cannot afford, be honest without shame. I can't lend. I can offer a small gift of X. I hope it helps. Protecting your finances is protecting your future self. Technology boundaries are often the first to slip. Choose 2 quiet windows each day. First hour after waking and last hour before sleep. Put your phone in another room. Tell key people how to reach you for true emergencies. If it's urgent, call twice. Otherwise, I'll respond later. When a group thread starts to consume your attention, step back cleanly. I'm muting this thread to keep my focus. Wishing you all well. Do not return to explain. Your quiet is a healthy boundary. Now a tool for meetings that sprawl. Before a meeting you lead, send 3 lines. Objective. Decisions needed. End time. During the meeting, if scope grows, name it. That's outside today's objective. I'll note it for later. If someone pushes, offer a fork. We can extend by 15 minutes or park it. Choose. End on time. Your consistency teaches respect. Boundary maintenance is a daily practice, not a dramatic event. Use the rule of one. One pause before you answer. One line to hold your limit. One action to back your line. If you say I'm leaving at 6, you close your laptop and you leave at 6. If you say I'll reply tomorrow, you reply tomorrow. If you say I can do 30 minutes, you stop at minute 30. The action makes the boundary real in your own body. Relief follows. Conflict will still visit. Your job is not to avoid it. Your job is to navigate with dignity. Use the 4-sentence path. I want a good outcome for both of us. Here's the specific issue. Here is what I can do and what I won't do. What options do you see? If the other person attacks, hold your lane. I'm not engaging with insults. I'm open to solutions. If attacks continue, you exit kindly. I'm stepping away now. We can revisit when it's calmer. Let's create pocket phrases for hard days when your brain is tired. I'm not available for that. That doesn't work for me. I can do this or that. I'll get back to you by noon tomorrow. I keep that private. I won't be discussing this further. Thank you for understanding. Put them on a small card. Read them when a request lands. The card becomes your quiet ally. Repair remains a necessary skill. When you spoke too sharply, you do not need to erase the boundary to soften the tone. I was sharp earlier. My boundary stands. My voice is steadier now. When you missed a promise, you do not need a long story. I missed my commitment. I'm sorry. Here is my new delivery time. If you can't make it, I understand. When someone else steps on your boundary and you feel shaky, script the smallest truth. That didn't work for me. Going forward, please ask first. Advanced scripts save you when the moment arrives fast. For unexpected guests at your door, I'm not available to host today. Please call next time to check. For the coworker who lingers at your desk, I'm in focus mode. I'll catch you at 3. For the relative who compares bodies at dinner, I'm not discussing bodies. How was your week? For invitations that need a clean exit, thank you for inviting me. I'm going to pass. Wishing you a beautiful time. Each line is a small guardrail on a winding road. Consider the boundary of silence. You do not need to fill every pause with a yes. When someone asks for more than you can give, let the quiet sit for 3 breaths. Quiet reveals your truth. Then say your line once. If they rush to fill the silence with pressure, your calm has more power than more words. Breathe, repeat, exit. Your future self is your partner in this. Picture her 6 months from now, walking through a week shaped by your choices. Fewer late nights. Fewer frantic yes. More warm yes that fit. More deep rest. Put her on your calendar as a recurring appointment. Thursday at 4:15 minutes with future me. Ask her questions. What would I regret saying yes to? What small no will make you proud? Listen. Then act. When criticism comes from someone you respect, take the wisdom and leave the hooks. Thank you for the feedback. I'll consider it. If a request is attached, evaluate it through your gates. Do I have the energy? Do I have the time? Do I want to? If you lack 2 yes answers, decline cleanly. Respect does not require self-erasure. You can admire someone and still say no. Power dynamics at work can make boundaries feel risky. Use evidence and written paths. Summarize discussions in a follow-up message. To recap, we agreed that I will deliver X by Friday and that Y is out of scope unless priorities change. If the scope is pushed informally later, return to the recap. As we documented, Y is out of scope. If priorities change, please confirm shifts. Documentation is a quiet shield that keeps you safe without a fight. In intimate relationships, your body boundary is sacred. If you feel pressured, your sentence is simple. I don't want to. Pressure is a no for me. If love is present, that sentence will be honored. If it is not honored, reevaluate the relationship with support. Your safety and agency are not negotiable. There will be seasons of grief or illness when your yes and no shrink. Let them. Share your limits with the few who need to know. I'm in a tender season. I will respond slowly. I'm keeping evenings for rest. If someone takes it personally, hold the truth. This is about my season, not your worth. Then step back from debates. Your body is doing important work. Re-entry after a busy season is a chance to reset before old patterns return. Use a short status to all your usual circles. I'm back and moving slowly this week. I'll be scheduling next week. Thank you for your patience. When requests pour in, use placeholders to protect your pace. Let me check and reply by Friday at noon. Then give real answers on Friday, not before. You are setting a rhythm you can keep. Consider boundaries with possessions. Clutter is deferred decisions. Choose a small zone. One drawer. One shelf. Ask 3 questions about each item. Do I use it? Do I love it? Will I store it with care? If not, release it. Physical space changes mental space. It becomes easier to say no when your home is not shouting yes to everything. People-pleasing often disguises a fear of being alone. Build a friendship with your solitude so you do not barter yourself to avoid quiet.
Plan solo dates.
A walk without your phone. A slow breakfast. A museum hour. A small creative project. When you feel the wave of loneliness, say I can keep myself company. Invite a gentle ritual.
Tea.
A bath. Favorite song. Over time the quiet becomes a friend, not a threat. Extend your boundaries to the news and information fire hose. Decide your intake windows and sources. 15 minutes in the morning from 2 trusted outlets. 10 minutes in the evening. When a crisis breaks, resist doom scrolling. Ask what action you can take in 10 minutes. Do that. Then step back. You are not ignoring the world. You are protecting your mind so you can contribute with a clear head. Finally, let's tie your no to your deepest yes. Write one sentence that names what your boundaries are serving. I hold boundaries to protect a life of calm, honest work, and warm relationships. Put that sentence where you will see it when guilt tap dances at your door. When you feel the tug to overgive, read it once, breathe, and choose the line that protects that life. Part 7 begins with recovery, because staying steady after a wobble is the heart of change. When you slip into an old yes, the fastest repair is the next sentence. You do not need a long story. You need a small course correction spoken early. I agreed too quickly. I need to change my answer to no. If helpful, I can offer X instead. Say it once. Breathe. Move. Relief will arrive after the first wave of discomfort. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. Create a reset ritual for the day you feel flooded by requests. Step into a doorway and touch both sides with your palms. Whisper 3 short lines. I choose my pace. I answer after I breathe. I do not buy belonging with favors. Stand there for 1 slow minute. Then return to your desk and send 1 clear message that protects your next hour. I'm in focus mode. I'll reply after 2. The ritual anchors your mouth to your values. Let's deepen your time boundaries with a simple device called the freeze. When a request arrives that would crowd your week, place a temporary freeze on new yes for 24 hours. Your line is neutral. I'm in a scheduling freeze until tomorrow at noon. I'll confirm then. Use the freeze to check energy, money, and meaning. If it fits 2 of the 3, you can say yes cleanly. If it doesn't, you decline without apology. Thank you for thinking of me. I'm going to pass. Some conflicts need a soft, steady de-escalation. Use the spiral down. Start higher and lower. I want a good outcome for both of us. I'm hearing a lot of urgency. Here is what I can do today. Here is what I won't do. If the heat stays high, exit with dignity. I'm going to pause this here and circle back when we can focus on options. Your calm is not a performance. It's a boundary in your breath. If you lead a team, turn boundaries into infrastructure so they do not depend on your mood. Publish team hours. Block daily focus windows. Make request forms with fields for scope, owner, and deadline so asks do not arrive as DM storms. When someone tries to skip the path, redirect once without heat. Please use the request form so I can track this properly. If they resist, hold the line. I won't accept work that arrives outside the process. This is not bureaucracy. It is kindness to the collective. Negotiation is advanced boundary work with numbers. Before any talk, know your walkaway and your add-ons. Practice 2 quiet phrases that hold you. Based on scope and market, I'm at X. If we can't meet that, I'll pass. If they say the budget is fixed, you draw edges. We can keep X by reducing scope to A and B. Or we can keep scope and add Z fee. Which path works? If they press for speed without compensation, you say, I can rush with a fee of Y. If not, I'll keep to the original timeline. This is not cold. It is clean. Money with friends can be tender. Use clarity before the bill arrives. I'm comfortable with a budget of X tonight. I'll pay my share and skip the extras. When the table orders more than you want, repeat pleasantly, I'll sit this round out. If the split arrives and you are asked to cover a larger share, you say, I'm paying for what I ordered. Please split the rest among those who had it. Your tone is warm. Your limit is firm. When a manager drops a last-minute task with the word quick, use truth instead of panic. Quick on one side is heavy on the other. I can deliver X by 4 tomorrow if we pause Y. Please confirm the change. If you receive no confirmation, keep your original plan. If the manager returns later, you hold the documentation. I moved forward as scoped. I'm happy to shift now with a new deadline. Your paper trail is a quiet shield. Use the praise and pivot when someone flatters you to take on more. You're so good at this. Thank you. To stay good at what I own, I'm not taking on extra this week. Or thank you. The way I protect that quality is by keeping scope tight. If they keep smiling and nudging, you echo once. I appreciate the trust. My answer is still no. For friends who vent in loops, create a container that honors both hearts. I can listen fully for 20 minutes at 6. After that, I need to step back. If you want solutions, we can brainstorm 2 next steps. If you want quiet listening, I'm here for that. If they resist the container, hold it kindly. I'm keeping to 20 minutes. I want to show up with energy, not resentment. Family repairs deserve scripts that keep the tie without losing yourself. When a relative says, you never help like you used to, you answer with the present tense and a bridge. I help in sustainable ways now. I can bring dessert on Sunday and stay an hour. I won't be coordinating rides. If they push, return to the bridge. Dessert and an hour are what I can offer. I'm looking forward to seeing you. When Sunday comes, you bring dessert. You enjoy the hour. You leave on time with hugs. This rhythm teaches without debate. If you are often pulled into office politics, practice staying with tasks and timelines. When a colleague starts a story about someone else's motives, you redirect. I'm not going to speculate about them. What decision do we need to make by Friday? When they push for your opinion on a person, you switch to data. Here's what the metrics show. Here's the scope. Here's the risk. Your silence on gossip becomes known. People bring you work, not whispers. Use the 2-chair rehearsal for high-stakes boundary talks. Sit in one chair and speak your lines. Move to the other chair and say what you fear they will say. Then return to the first chair and answer with one sentence, not a speech. I hear you're disappointed. My boundary stands. Repeat until your body can stay calm through the imagined pushback. On the day of the talk, your nervous system will recognize the scene and stay steady. Your body can carry a tactile anchor on hard days. Put a smooth stone in your pocket. When pressure arrives, touch the stone and slide your thumb across it once as you inhale. On the exhale, drop your shoulders. Say your line. I'm not available for that. You train the move in a quiet moment. Now it fires when you need it. For parents with school-age kids, create a family boundary board that makes the invisible visible. Post simple lines at eye level. Weeknights are for rest and homework. Guests need a day's notice. Phones go on the charger at 9. When a boundary is tested, point to the board and repeat the line instead of delivering a lecture. I love you. Phone's on the charger at 9. Then act. Consistent follow-through is love in motion. Some friendships drift when you stop overgiving. You may miss the closeness that came from being the fixer. Replace it with shared rituals that do not depend on your labor. A monthly walk. A book swap. A standing 30-minute call. If the other person only reaches when they need something, your new sentence is warm and simple. I'm cheering you on. I don't have capacity to help with that. Want to walk Sunday? If they decline the ritual again and again, accept the shape the friendship wants to take. Protect your heart and your calendar. If you are navigating caretaking and work, you will encounter days when both need you at once. Replace frantic multitasking with one visible plan and one sentence. Today my caregiving hours are 3 to 7. I'll deliver X by noon and push Y to tomorrow. Thank you for flexibility. Most people respect a plan that is named early. If they do not, you still protect your time frame and deliver what you promise cleanly. Boundary grief can appear as second-guessing after you hold a line. When the urge to send 3 follow-up messages rises, pause and use the one more breath rule. One more breath before I type. One more breath before I change my answer. Often the wave passes. If it does not, you can send one calm confirmation that repeats nothing new. Confirming I'll be passing on this. Wishing you well. Then stop. Your silence protects your clarity. You will also face kindness tests, moments when someone asks for help that truly matters. If you have the capacity and the desire, say yes wholeheartedly. I'm in. I can deliver X by Friday. Then step out of all other small yes for the week to stay steady. If you do not have capacity, grieve the no briefly and be generous with your blessing. I wish I could help. I can't. I'm cheering for you and will celebrate from here. Your kindness does not require self-erasure. Use a boundary bank to build courage. For each no you hold, drop a small coin in a jar or mark a tally in your notes. At the end of the week, count them. Say out loud what each no protected. Sleep. A promise to a child. A quiet brain. A fair rate. The brain loves to see progress. The jar turns invisible wins into something you can touch. When energy dips, your sentences get too long. On those days, rely on 4-5 words. Not available for that. Not discussing this topic. I'll reply tomorrow noon. Passing on this one. My rate is X. The shorter your words, the steadier your breath. Practice them until they glide. If someone apologizes after crossing your boundary, receive the repair without minimizing the harm. Thank you for the apology. I appreciate you respecting this going forward. If they ask you to rehash the incident, you can decline with care. I'm glad we're good. I'm not going to revisit the details. Let's move along. Protecting peace includes declining postmortems that pull you back into old stress. Ending roles with grace is a mature boundary. When you resign from a committee or a side gig that no longer fits, speak facts and timelines. This role no longer fits my bandwidth and focus. I will complete current items by the 30th and hand off notes. Thank you for the chance to contribute. Do not add extra cycles to soothe others' surprise. Keep your word. Leave cleanly. Lightness will follow. If you share a home and the labor map keeps slipping, use a monthly recalibration. Look at the board together. What slipped? What needs a new owner? What no do we need to say to protect this house from silent overload? Keep the conversation short so it happens. End with one sentence, each that names the boundary you will protect this month. I will not pick up dishes after 9. I will not say yes to new community tasks. Put those sentences on the board. Advanced self-talk keeps you from bargaining your limits away at midnight. Write a small note to your future self and tape it near your bed. We decided this when we were calm. Midnight is not for new agreements. Sleep. In the morning, if the decision still needs adjusting, you can adjust from a rested brain. When someone mistakes your clarity for distance, respond with warmth and repeat your line. I care about you. This doesn't work for me. If they say you're so cold now, answer I'm being clear and kind. I'm not going to overgive to feel close. Let's find connection that fits both of us. Then offer a small plan you can keep. Coffee Saturday for 30 minutes. A walk after work. Real closeness grows inside sustainable shapes. There is a simple practice called the first minute that protects your mornings. For the first minute after waking, do nothing that belongs to others. One breath. One stretch. One sentence. Today I answer after I pause. The first minute sets your tone. Your tone shapes your day. When decisions pile up, create a boundary stack. Decide once for a category instead of once per request. All new committees are a no this quarter. Evenings after 8 are for rest. Travel above X dollars is a pass. Place the stack somewhere visible. When a request arrives, you point to the stack and answer with one sentence. That's a no this quarter by design. People respect patterns they can see. If a colleague weaponizes confusion to delay their tasks until you take them, respond with clarity and consequences. The task remains yours. If it is not complete by Friday, we will reassign. Do you need specific training? If they continue the pattern, follow through. Reassign once. Document. Do not scoop to be nice. Scooping breeds more confusion. Use the word preference to soften while you hold firm. My preference is to keep Sunday empty. I won't be taking on plans. My preference is advance notice. Without it, I'll pass. Preference frames your boundary as a stable setting, not a passing mood. When a relative or friend uses health scares to pull you into their every crisis, love them and keep your pace. I'm here for updates at noon and 5. I won't be on my phone all day. If you need immediate help, call. Otherwise, I'll check in at the times I named. Then mute the thread between those windows. You are not abandoning them. You are protecting both of you from burnout. Your voice becomes unshakable when your actions match your words. If you say you'll leave the party at 9, leave at 9 kindly even if the conversation is good. If you say you'll raise your rate next month, raise it and allow some clients to go. If you say you'll stop rescuing and let small consequences teach. Every matched word and action stitches new trust inside you. On the hardest days, let one sentence carry you across. I don't owe instant answers. Or I keep my peace even when others are disappointed. Or my no protects my yes. Whisper it as you walk into the meeting, as you open the message, as you pick up the phone. The sentence becomes the rope you hold while crossing the river. Close today with a gratitude toward your boundaries themselves. Thank you for the rest you bought me. Thank you for the work you protected. Thank you for the friendships you made truer. This gratitude is not fanciful. It is practical. Part 8 begins with integration. You have gathered sentences, rituals, and a steadier breath. Now you will weave them into the fabric of ordinary days, so your boundaries do not depend on willpower alone. Systems save you when you are tired. Put your 3 core lines at the top of your notes app. I don't have capacity for that. That doesn't work for me. I'll get back to you by noon tomorrow. Pin them. When a request lands, read one aloud before you answer. Set 2 alarms that ring daily as a gentle check-in. One at noon that whispers, pause and choose. One at 5 that asks, what will I protect tonight? This is not control. This is care. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. Design your week like a map with borders. Choose one day for deep focus, one day for admin, one evening for relationships, one block for rest that is sacred. Speak those borders to the people who need to know. My deep focus day is Wednesday. I'm not available for meetings then. My admin hour is Friday morning. I process messages there. If someone tries to pull you across your border, you repeat the map. Wednesday is my focus day. Friday morning works. When you repeat the map enough times, others start to use it to find you, and you no longer have to guard it with so much energy. Protect your beginnings and endings. The hour you wake and the hour before sleep teach your body how to live the middle. In the morning, choose silence before screens and one sentence before requests. Today I answer after I breathe. At night, close the door on the day with a small review you can keep even when you are exhausted. What boundary did I hold? What no will I practice tomorrow? One line each. Then lights out. Consistency builds competence. Your calendar is a contract with yourself. Put your yes on it as soon as you give it, with the actual work block and a buffer to close. Put your no on it too by placing your rest and focus blocks in ink before anyone asks for them. Name them. Restore. Deep work. Family. Quiet. When the invite arrives for a time already named, you say, I'm not available then. Here are two options that fit. You are not being difficult. You are honoring the contract that keeps you honest and kind. Shape your inbox into a calmer river. Create 3 folders named today, this week, later. Each morning, move messages into one of the 3. If a request belongs to later or nowhere at all, tell the truth. I'm not able to take this on. Thank you for thinking of me. If it belongs to this week, reply with a container. I'll review by Friday at noon. If it belongs to today, set a timer and give it your full attention for that window. When the timer ends, close the tab. You will feel the pull to keep going. Let the pull pass. Keep the river slow. Build a simple decision rubric, so your no does not depend on mood. Use 3 gates for every request. Energy, time, desire. You need 2 gates open to say yes. If only one opens, you say no kindly and immediately. Thank you for asking. I'm going to pass. If you want to offer something small, add a micro option you can keep. I can share the link once. I can introduce you to someone who might fit. Do not expand the micro into a macro once the conversation warms. Keep the shape you set. Make your boundaries visible in the rooms where they live. A card on the kitchen counter that says weeknights end at 10. A card on your desk that says focus 10 to 12, no chat. A card in your wallet that says, my rate is X. When a moment arrives, read the card and speak the line. External cues protect you when your internal courage is low. Over time, the cues can disappear because the lines will live in your bones. When you are tempted to bargain with guilt, remember the simple measure of resentment. If saying yes breeds resentment, say no. If saying no breeds relief, say no. If saying yes breeds relief and no resentment, say yes with your whole heart. Relief is data. Resentment is data. You are not guessing. You are listening to your life. Prevent scope creep by naming your edges before you start. When you take on a project, write 3 sentences and send them. Here is what I'm doing. Here is what I'm not doing. Here is when I'll be done. If new asks appear, you copy and paste your edges and offer a fork. That's outside scope. I can add it with a fee, or we can keep to the original plan. Choose. If someone pushes, you keep the fork in your hand and your tone soft. Add with a fee or keep the plan. You are not a wall. You are a bridge to a clear decision. Carry a small set of exit lines for the moments that stretch past your boundary. I'm going to head out now. Thank you for having me. I'm wrapping here and will follow up tomorrow. I'm stepping away from this thread to keep my focus. Wishing you all well. Do not wait for permission. Stand up. Click leave. Close the tab. The exit is the completion of your spoken boundary. Your body learns it can follow your words. Mentoring yourself is a quiet practice. When you face a hard request, picture the wise part of you sitting beside you. Ask her what keeps us safe and honest. Then listen as if she knows. She will often say less than you want. That doesn't work for us. Or do it but inside a container. Or pass and send a blessing. Trust her. She is the version of you that has lived this lesson and come home to tell you the map. Expect that people around you will recalibrate. Some will admire your clarity and mirror it. Some will test you and then adjust. A few will resist and label you. Your job is not to change their label. Your job is to keep showing up with steady kindness and clean edges. Over time, those who want the real you will gather. Those who wanted the always available version will drift. The space they leave is not emptiness. It is room for breath. Bring boundary literacy to your closest bonds. With a partner, create a monthly boundary check with 3 questions. What worked? What slipped? What do we protect next month? Keep it to 15 minutes. End with 1 sentence each that names your non-negotiable for the coming weeks. I will not nag. I will let natural consequences teach. I will not schedule over our Friday rest. Put those sentences on the fridge. When patterns wobble, point to the sentences and reset without a fight. With children, keep your words short and your follow-through consistent. I won't argue about this. Here are 2 options. Choose. When they test, repeat once and move to action. Later, love loudly and praise effort. You put toys away before dinner. That helped the whole house. Thank you. You are teaching them that love and limits can coexist. They will carry that lesson into their own future relationships. In extended family, plan for hot topics with a boundary sandwich that you deliver with a smile. I love being with you. I'm not discussing my body, my finances, or my parenting choices. Tell me about your new project. If the topic returns, and with warmth and exit. I'm going to step outside for a minute. Be right back. Your tone is not sharp. Your line is clear. Repetition teaches. At work, become the person whose calendar tells the truth about priorities. Start meetings on time. End them on time. Ask for decisions. Decline the extra role that eats your evenings. When someone asks, why not, you say, I'm focused on core goals. I won't be adding new committees this quarter. If they push, you return to outcomes. Saying no here lets me deliver X at the quality we want. Results are the language of boundaries in most workplaces. Speak it cleanly. Money deserves bright lines with soft voices. Raise your rate when the market and your skill say it is time. You do not need a novel to justify your price. My rate is X. Here is what it includes. Here is the timeline. If someone says, I can't afford that, hold your dignity. I understand. If circumstances change, I'm here. Wishing you well. Do not shrink yourself to fit a budget that would ask you to resent your own work. Resentment poisons generosity. Clarity protects it. Prepare for seasons that stretch you, the months when caretaking, illness, or big change crowds your hours. Write a seasonal status that you can send without editing. I'm in a tender season and responding slowly. I'm keeping evenings for rest. I won't be taking new projects until the 15th. Thank you for understanding. Use it freely. You are not failing. You are honoring the season you are in. Create a boundary for your attention. The world will hand you 1,000 invitations to outrage and urgency. Choose your intake windows and your action windows. 10 minutes to read. 10 minutes to act. Then back to your life. When someone tries to recruit your time with fear, remember your spiral down. I want a good outcome. Here is what I can do today. Here is what I won't do. Then step back. You do not owe your nervous system to every headline. There will be people who mistake your boundaries for a lack of love. Answer with both truth and tenderness. I care about you. I'm not available for that. If they accuse, you do not defend your heart in court. You repeat your line once, and offer a small way to connect that fits. Coffee Saturday for 30 minutes. A walk after work. You are teaching them a new way to receive you, not begging them to approve of it. Turn your learning into a simple contract with yourself called the rules I live by. I don't answer in the moment. I keep rest on the calendar like a meeting. I price my work at my full rate. I do not buy closeness with favors. I end calls on time. Copy it into your notes. Review it each Sunday for 2 minutes. When you break a rule, you repair without drama and return to it. Discipline is a quiet kindness that frees you from constant negotiation. When shame tries to sneak in and say you should not need boundaries, remember your 3 truths and say them aloud. I can disappoint others and still be good. I can be loved and still say no. I can be generous without being the hero. Breathe as you speak. Let your ribcage soften on the exhale. Your body will learn to pair these words with calm, and calm is what lets your limits land as care instead of combat. A final set of scripts for edges you will meet again. For the colleague who wants your help but not your timeline, I can help next week. If that doesn't work, please assign someone else. For the friend who always invites your house, I'm not hosting this month. Ask me again next quarter. For the family member who brings drama to your door, I'm not available for this conversation. If you want to talk solutions tomorrow, I can do 10 minutes at noon. For the client who keeps texting at night, my response window is business hours. I'll reply tomorrow. Thank you for understanding. Say them once with a steady voice. Do not argue. Do not add your life story. Keep your breath slow. You may be surprised by the softness that follows a firm no. It will arrive as a quiet inside your chest, as a night of sleep that actually restores you, as work delivered on time without resentment, as friendships that feel lighter because the truth is in the room. Let that softness be proof you are on the right road. When guilt visits, sit beside it, not inside it. You can be a woman of deep care and unshakable limits. The world does not get your body, your hours, or your heart on demand. The world gets your choices given freely in shapes you can sustain. Be kind. Be clear. Be consistent. You are closing one chapter and opening the next. Here is a gentle commitment to carry. I will protect the life I am building with clean words and steady follow-through. I will say yes when my whole self agrees. I will say no when my body tightens and relief sits on the other side. I will make my calendar tell the truth. I will let consequences teach others instead of rescuing them from reality. I will speak with respect, even when I hold a hard line. And I will practice again tomorrow because practice is how we become. Thank you for staying with this work. If you ever wonder whether it is worth it, look at the shape of your day when your boundaries hold. The stretch of quiet in the morning. The way your meals do not happen at your desk. The absence of dread when your phone lights up. The fullness of a yes you actually want to give. This is not self-protection at the expense of love. This is self-respect in service of real love. When your yes is true and your no is clean, everyone can trust you, including you. Thank you for listening to Queen Audiobooks. This audiobook is educational and is not a substitute for personalized professional advice.